Welcome to Bethlehem Institute of Engineering. Bethlehem Institute of Engineering is affiliated to Anna University, Chennai and approved by AICTE, New Delhi. This institution was established in the year 2008.
Good morning, everyone. So today we are going to discuss the topic NFA and DFA and the conversion of NFA to DFA from theory of computation subject. We already know the theory of computation subject, so it's a very fundamental subject for maths and OS and system software, everything. So we are already discussed what is in the automata and the types of automata and all. So we are having two types of automata here, NFA and DFA. First one is DFA. DFA means deterministic finite automata, right? So what is in the DFA in the sense? So if there is only one path for a specific input from current state to next state, is called as DFA. That means in a finite automata machine, there is a single path from single input. For example, from state S, we are getting one input A. For that input A, a single path will be there in DFA. That is deterministic finite automata. So the DFA machine, the syntax of the DFA machine is M is equal to capital Q sigma delta q0 and f. Okay, capital M be the machine automata machine and Q be the set of states and sigma be the set of alphabets and delta be the transition function, q0 be the start state and f be the final state. Okay, next one is NFA. NFA means non-deterministic finite automata. So in DFA, in the sense we already discussed, for a single input, a single path will be specified. For NFA, there are many paths are specified for a single input. Okay. For example, in the same example, from state yes, we are taking the input as A, there is more number of paths. Okay. That is, it will take the input as A and go to the next status. It may be P, Q, R, etc. Okay, yeah. So for the same input, whether it having a single path or multiple path. If it having a single path, that is called DFA, and it having a multiple path for a single input, it is called as NFA. It also having 5 tuples, same as that of DFA. M is equal to Q sigma delta Q0 and F. It is same as that of DFA. M is equal to M be the automata machine and capital Q be the set of total number of finite set of states and sigma be the alphabet and delta be the transition function, Q0 be the starting state and F be the final state. This is called NFA. Next one, NFA with epsilon moves. DFA it will not contain epsilon moves. Okay. So NFA in the sense NFA having epsilon moves. That means what is in the epsilon? Nothing. We already discussed what about null string and epsilon string and all. So epsilon in the sense there is no symbols. No symbols present inside the string means null string, or we will call it as epsilon string. So in the same way, the NFA may contain the epsilon moves, but DFA can't. Okay, so NFA with epsilon moves, the finite, if a finite automata contain epsilon transition, empty transition that is present inside the finite automata, that is epsilon NFA. Okay, next one, epsilon closure. Okay, epsilon closure. Epsilon closure in the sense the set of all states, the total number of states which are reachable from the start state. Okay, first we have to find the epsilon closure from start state itself. From the start state, we have to calculate the epsilon closure. That is, from starting state, we have to find the next state that having epsilon moves. Okay, that is called epsilon closure. That means total number of states which having the epsilon moves from start state. That is called as epsilon closure. It must contain empty moves. It must not contain the symbols that having input symbols A, B, and all. It only contain the epsilon moves. That is called epsilon closure. Okay. Next, today we are going to discuss the topic as conversion from NFA to DFA. We already know what is in the DFA and what is in the NFA. So DFA means a single path will be specified for a single input from current state to next state. For NFA, we are having more number of states for a single input from current state to next. Okay. So here we are going to discuss from NFA to DFA conversion. Here we are having more number of steps. First step, we have to find the epsilon closure. First step is we have to find the epsilon closure for the given NFA diagram. We already have an NFA diagram. From that, we have to find the epsilon closure for all states. Especially, we have to find the epsilon closure for the start state. Okay, so that epsilon closure will be considered as the new state itself. Okay, so we consider that as a new state for our new DFA diagram. Okay, so next step 2, we have to find the transition function. We already in step 1 we have to find the epsilon closure for the starting state. That starting state is a start state of that particular DFA. So we have to find the epsilon closure of that particular NFA first. That epsilon closure, we will already find that the epsilon closure will be considered as a new state of DFA. Okay. Next, we have to find the transition function from that new state by using the input symbols. Next, step 3. Next, we have to find the new state which take it current state and repeat step 2. Again and again, we have to find the new state and we have to find the transition function itself. Next, step 4, we have to repeat. Okay, so repeat step 2 and 3 until there is no new state present inside the transition table of DFA. That means first we have to find the transition. We have to find the epsilon closure of the start state. So that is the new state of that present DFA. Next, we have to find the transition function for that particular new state. Next, we have to find the transition function itself. We may get the new state for DFA. So we have to repeat that steps. Step 2 and 3. That is, find the transition function and find the new states. Okay. So till the end. That means there is no new state present inside the DFA. Till that we have to find the new states for that particular NFA diagram. Okay. Next, step 5, mark that states of DFA as a final state and contains the final state of NFA. Okay. Next, we have to discuss this conversion of NFA to DFA with a small example. Listen here. See here is one example is there. This is an NFA diagram. Okay, so DFA diagram, in a DFA diagram there is no epsilon moves. So this is a NFA diagram with epsilon moves. So listen here, convert this NFA with epsilon into its equivalent DFA. Okay, first listen here. here there are 5 states: Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. And see, the input symbols are zeros and ones. And here we are having two moves, epsilon moves, right? So Q0 to Q1 and Q0 to Q2. Okay, Q0 be the start state and Q4 be the final state. Okay, so now we are going to solve this problem. First, we have to start from Q0. Okay, so first step, what's the first step? You have to find the epsilon closure of state Q0. Listen here. Okay, closure of Q0. Listen, epsilon closure of Q0. What is in the epsilon closure? We have to find the set of all states having the epsilon moves from the start state. Okay, so listen, from start state Q0. From Q0, we have to find the epsilon moves. First, we have to write Q0 in epsilon closure. Write Q0 from Q0 to Q1. There is an epsilon move. So write Q1 and also from Q0 to Q2 also there is an epsilon. So the epsilon closure of Q0 is equal to Q0, Q1 and Q2. Next, find the epsilon closure of next stage. So here listen, what's the epsilon closure of Q1? First we have to write the self state itself. So Q1. Next, we don't have any epsilon moves, right? So the epsilon closure of Q1 is equal to Q1. See here, epsilon closure of Q1 is equal to Q1. Next again. Next we have to find the epsilon closure of Q2. So epsilon closure of Q2, first write the self state itself. So epsilon closure of Q2 is equal to Q2. So from Q2 there is no epsilon moves. So epsilon closure of Q2 is equal to Q2. Next, epsilon closure, what's the epsilon closure of Q3? Q3 itself. Next, for Q4, epsilon closure of Q4 is equal to Q4. Okay, what's our first step? What is our first step? First, we have to find the epsilon closure of the initial state Q0. That is our new state of DFA. So here in last step, listen. Now let epsilon closure of Q0 is equal to Q0, Q1, Q2 be the state A. This is the new state Q0, Q1, Q2. We will consider this Q0, Q1, Q2 be capital A. This is the new state of DFA diagram. Our new DFA diagram, this is the new state, capital A. Okay, next we have to find the transition function of this new state A. Okay, so next listen, how to calculate the transition function. Delta dash, these all are I already discussed in our previous classes, so it is easy for us. So listen, delta dash of, we have to find the transition function, delta dash of capital A comma 0. Why we are choosing 0 and 1? In the sense, in our NFA diagram we are having only two input symbols, both 0 and 1. So we are taking this transition function using zeros and ones. Why we are using delta dash of A comma 0 and delta dash of A comma 1? In the sense, A be our new states of DFA. Okay, so A is our new state of our new DFA, and we are calculating the transition function with 0 and 1. Okay, so listen, delta dash of A comma 0 is equal to epsilon closure of, these all are we already discussed in our previous theorems. So epsilon closure of delta of, listen, delta dash of A comma 0, A be what is in the A? A in the sense Q0, Q1 and Q2, right? What is in the A? Q0, Q1 and Q2. Okay, so that Q0 transition function of delta function of Q0, Q1, Q2 and the same input 0. Okay, then next we have to find separately for Q0, Q1 and Q2. Listen, delta function of Q0 comma 0 union Q1 comma 0 union Q2 comma 0. Okay, from our NFA diagram you have to find the transition function. What is Q0 comma 0? Listen, what is Q0 comma 0? null state. No new state is there, right? So next q1 comma 0 is there. Yes, q3 is there. So we have to write q3. Next union delta of q2 comma 0. Is there any state q2 comma 0 from our NFA diagram? No, there is no state. So epsilon closure of Q3 be our final state. Listen, first we have to take delta dash of A comma 0. A, we already calculated what is in the A, Q0, Q1, Q2 be the A. Okay, so we have to find the transition function for all these Q0, Q1 and Q2 with transition with input symbol 0. So q0 comma 0 union q1 comma 0 and q2 comma 0. What is the transition of q0 comma 0? Null. No path is there. Next delta of q1 comma 0, no path is there. Sorry, q1 comma 0 is q1 comma 0 is q3, right? So again q2 comma 0 is no path. So epsilon closure of q3. What is the epsilon closure of Q3 is Q3. Okay, this is our new state B for our new DFA. Okay, this Q3 our new state. We assume this Q3 as capital B. This is our new state. Next, we have to find the transition function of delta dash of capital A comma 1, capital A comma 1. A, this is our new, first state of start state of our new DFA, and we are calculating the transition function with input symbol 1. Listen, epsilon closure of the same, what's the value of A, Q0, Q1 and Q2. So Q0, Q1, Q2 with input symbol 1. We have to find the transition function. Next, epsilon closure of Q0, comma 1, union Q1, comma 1, union Q2, comma 1. So here we are going to calculate what's the value of transition of q0 comma 1. Check from this NFA diagram q0 comma 1. Is there any transition from q0 comma 1? No, there is no transition. Next, find q1 comma 1. Check whether q1 comma 1 is present or not. No. Next, again what is here? Q2 comma 1. Is there any transition from Q2 comma 1? Q2 comma 1 is Q3. Okay, so epsilon closure of Q3 is equal to Q3. We already have this state Q3. We assume this Q3 as state B, capital B. This is our new state. Next, we have to find the transition function same as this capital B. Next, we have to find delta dash of capital B comma 0. Again, we have to find Q3 comma 0. Again, Q3 comma 0 is present or not? No. Next, again find Q3 comma 1. Q3 comma 0, there is no path, so it is pi state. Next, again find Q3 comma 1. Q3 comma 1, it goes to the new state Q4. So we assume this Q4 is state C. Okay, this is our new state, so we are assuming this is state C. Okay, so next we have to find this transition function for this new state DFA state C. Next we have to calculate delta dash of capital C comma 0. This is epsilon closure of what is in the C. We already find capital C means Q4, right? So we have to find Q4 comma 0. Q4 comma 0 is pi state. There is no path from Q4 for both input symbol zeros and ones. So both delta dash of C comma 0 is equal to pi and delta dash of C comma 1 is also. Based on these values, already we have find capital A comma 0 will goes to state B, capital sorry, delta dash of A comma 1 it will moves to state B, and next B comma 0 moves to pi state, B comma 1 moves to state C, next C comma 0 moves to pi state, C comma 1 moves to pi state. So based on these transition function, we draw our DFA diagram. Okay, this is our new states A, B and C. A be the new state and C be the final state. how we assume this final state is in state C only we are having the final state of NFAQ4. So C is our final state. Okay, I think it's very clear for you. Next, again, I am giving one more example. Okay, so you have to solve your own. So, okay, okay, thank you, students. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.